still under the introduction to food what? Food development, food product development. A plan of action designed to promote and sell a product or service, or a marketing strategy is a long-term plan achieving a company's goal by understanding the needs of customers and creating a distinct and sustainable competitive advantage. It encompasses everything from determining who your customers are to deciding what channels you use to reach those customers. And then a brand strategy is the holistic approach behind how a brand shows up to its customers and potential customers. A brand strategy encompasses several different brand elements like voice, storytelling, brand identity, brand values, and overall vibes. It's just the way how a company shows up to its customers. And then the 7 steps to a strategic marketing plan. In order to have a successful marketing plan, you need to first find your starting place. To ensure all team members share a common view of the company, its products, and its future perspectives. Start with a basic question exercise. What does our company exist to do? You can discuss the company's mission statement and niche market, then reflect on what you have accomplished and what is upcoming. First is you need to find your starting place. And then second, you need to conduct market research. That is after reviewing your company's mission and status, compare your findings to others in the market. If your competitors are facing similar threats, you can research how they are able to engage with customers. As you're deciding how to launch a new product, search how companies have released similar products in the past and distinguish your approach. Next, you need to define a target audience. Consider sketching a profile of your average customer, including their needs and compliance. Determine their age range, where they live, their family size, their job titles, their lifestyle choices, their money habits, and other identifying qualities. And then set a measurable goal. Whether you're planning to improve brand awareness, drive more sales, increase customer engagement, or enter a new market, you will need to set goals to assess the progress of your marketing plan. One way to do this is to write a SMART goal, which prompts you to take a specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and a time bound approach to your goal setting. Make sure you set a SMART goal. Next is you should get budget approval. Depending on your company's resources and processes, you may need to seek budget approval after you decide your marketing strategies rather than before. If you know your budget will be limited, it might be helpful to present the materials you've gathered from the first 4 steps in order to find out how much you will assign to the plan. You can then determine your strategies based on what is financially realistic. Yeah, after getting your budget approved, you decide on a mix of strategy. Your market research will help you determine which tactics to use to reach your target audience. There are dozens of marketing strategies to decide. And one helpful way of working throughout your options is to use the 4Ps. The 4Ps marketing methods, which include the product marketing method, the pricing, the promotions, and the place strategies. Yeah, you decide specific places where you can do what? Market your products, or specific methods, sorry, where you can market your products. And there are 4 marketing methods. One is the product. You can use your product to market. When you know your target audience, you know your customers and all that, you can just take your products to that area where your customers are based and you market. And then you can use the price. Of course, you can decide to have a slightly lower price or like a price that is affordable by your target audience. And then you can also consider promotions You can promote your products frequently, and then you can also consider the place strategy. Place strategy is where, of course, you know the population, you know their earnings, you know what they always want, and all that. So you can decide to just make the products that a specific population wants. And then next is craft a detailed schedule and begin. You create clear expectations for each person contributing to the plan, including target dates for weekly, monthly, or quarterly reviews. It may be helpful to assign goals to team leaders who may manage the details of these goals and delegate tasks to their team members. And then effective marketing strategies for your products. Effective marketing strategies for your products. One is you need to brand positioning your product. So, what is your outlet offering exactly? Are you a bakery? Are you or a bistro? Do you identify yourself with the people in your area, or rather, do they identify with your offering? Hence, you have to be sure about your target audience before you make any move. It is, however, essential to know what you are also expecting of your customers. Next is your packaging your products, which is also a good strategy in marketing. Um, let's go by the old ages, which says a book is just by its cover. In the same way, a product is just by its packaging. So one of the biggest ingredients that marketing professionals concentrate on is the packaging of a product. Yeah, we talked about packaging in our previous sessions, and then we know very well our packaging has a very big influence on customers' choices of products. Some customers would prefer environmental friendly packages. Some might prefer biodegradable packages. So, and even the labelings and all that you have on your package should speak something nice about your product. So that it also helps increase the marketing. Like it helps to increase what? The market for your products. And then make a statement with your USP, with your USP, that is the unique selling point. Perhaps your angel investor or your partner is investing in your idea because is investing in your idea because there is potential in it. So the biggest potential that most investors see is the unique selling point, which can be anything from making the best cream cheesecakes in town to using only organic or vegan ingredients in the menu for your food trucks. Hence, it should be showcased in your packaging. Yeah, you should have that unique selling point. What message on your package? Like if you're making maybe cheesecakes, creams for cheesecakes, and if it's organic, made from organic things or vegan, make sure you indicate it on your menu or indicate it on your packaging. So it is a selling point. You know, people are trying to run away from all the fat and all that. They're trying to run to the vegan diet, which is referred to as the healthy diet. So when you have this on your products, it is what makes it increases its marketing. Yeah. And then next is blogging. Blogging. The best place to begin is by having your own blog on your website. You can integrate this with your other social media platforms as well as like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so that each post gets multiplied and creates a good impact. You also need to get into blogging. Of course, integrating it with your social media platforms because these days the world is trying to go at a very high speed. There's too much internet related promotions and all that. So you need to consider blogging. It's another way of marketing your products or increasing the marketing of your products. And then there is also email marketing. Start an email marketing program and create a monthly or annual schedule so that your posts are relevant and spaced out through a period. So yeah, you need to start email marketing, sending out quick and easy emails to your targeted customers regarding your product. That is also another essential way of marketing. And then there's also social media marketing, apart from the blogging, of course, like we said, you integrate with social media. So, do you know how much impact your Twitter page headers design has when it comes to online marketing? Instagram is one of the platforms where food and beverages businesses can thrive through social media. People love clicking pictures of food. So not only are you posting pictures of your food and events, but people are also posting reviews of your food and with pictures. Yeah. Just like in Instagram, you could social media generally. Open your food page or your product page, post your products regularly, any new product or you've produced, you post it on Instagram. And the more people like it, the more it circulates and become like they keep recommending it to the next person. The more they like, the more the recommendations to the next to new consumers. So it is another way of marketing your product. And then hosting events at your outlets. You can host food festivals and seasonals or occasional events such as St. Patrick's Day or Valentine's Day celebrations to offer couples special menus or packages. This can be advertised online as well as through flyers and posters based on the grandeur of your event. Events also help in brand awareness and spreading the word out. So yeah, you should be able to host outlets, yeah, festivals, celebrations like Valentine's Day, this St. Peter's Day. Yeah, when there are big days, you make sure you give out some special offers like to couples, even to singles, and give out packages. That's just a way of advertising your product. And then next is listing your business in online directories or websites. There are numerous websites such as the Zomato, the Food Panda, etc. So on food and beverages, where you can list your products and menu. Yeah, you can list your products on those online or business directories or websites. It's also a way of promoting your products or marketing your products and reaching a bigger audience. And then there is the festive and seasonal offers. You can also give those festive offers, like maybe Christmas festive, let's say Christmas holidays. You can decide to chop off and make some discounts on your products, or you can even decide to just yes make some discounts on your products during that period. It's also a way of what promoting the market of your products. And then partner or associate with other brands. Yeah, you should be able to partner and associate with other brands that are well known, of course, that will make your product to get out into light, such as Coca-Cola, Pepsi. They offer the opportunity of a more marketable product by simply making sure that you highlight their products in your marketing campaigns. Yeah. So you can partner with Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and all that. So as you're marketing your products, you can put some aspect of Coca-Cola and Pepsi there because you know it has gained a very big market. It will be so easier for what? It will be so easier for people to notice your product because there is Coca-Cola related to it, or because there is Pepsi related to it. And then reinventing your image. Finally, from Madonna to Kellogg's, characters in the packaging. Yeah, there's a way you need to reinvent. Continue changing the image of your packaging. Don't just have the same packaging like year in, year out. There is this, what is it? This, there is, Chapman, that's it, I think, that baking powder. It has been like that for years, since when we are young, okay? It's not a bad thing, yes, but then as a products or food products producer, you should be able to change your packaging with the evolving world. Change your packaging with the evolving world, make it more appealing, make it with new ideas, new images, and all that. It also increases your marketing because every time you change the packaging, your customers, somebody will be like, we got a new product on what? We got a new product in the market, yeah, and then maybe you could have improved it or improved the packaging to what other customers might like. Then you'll get a new customer. Packaging design, labeling, and branding considerations. We're going to look at first at the design packaging considerations. Factors to consider when designing packaging. What are the factors you need to consider when you're designing your package? What should a good package have? One, what should the graphics and imaginary look like? The physical appearance of your packaging includes images, fonts, color, size, color choice, and other considerations. It's essential as this goes a long way to getting a positive first impression from consumers. This is also the point of the process in which we tend to get involved. Packaging design should convey the essence of the product itself to give consumers an immediate impression of what it is, its value, and the positive experience they get from using it. This should be tied in with your brand identity so that positive associations from your brand are transferred to the products and good visual impressions from packaging strengthen your brand identity. So you need to consider the graphics and the what images when you're designing a package. And next is what is your product's typical supply chain journey? Product packaging is always at risk from being damaged in transit. So, as understanding of your typical supply chain journey is essential. This is part of constructional element of packaging design, and isn't something we get directly involved in. However, consider the shape, the size of your products, the types of your products, that are likely to be held up against in transit, and the number of delivery steps from factory to consumers. Packaging should be designed to be durable throughout the journey so as to remain unspoiled in an unspoiled condition when purchased by consumers. So you need to consider your supply chain journey. How long will this product move from the manufacturer to the final consumer? How many retailers or how many people are going to handle these packages in between? Because before it gets to what? To the final consumers. So that still comes back to your packaging design. You need to consider, if you consider the supply chain journey, and if you know it's going to take longer to reach your consumers, meaning the packaging has to be what? More stronger, or it must have a longer chain of packaging. It must reach up to this tertiary stage of packaging just to ensure that it is safe and reaches the consumer and spoiled. And then next is you need to consider what material will the packaging be made of. You need to consider the materials of the packaging. Another constructional design question, will your packaging be made from foil? Will it be made from plastic, from card, or from a multi-material design? Customer design packaging boxes often include a variety of materials. This affects both the images you use and print and assembly considerations. So you need to consider also the type the type of packaging material you're going to use. Are you going to use a foil, which can easily be broken or torn? Are you going to use a plastic? Are you going to use card? Are you going to use yes? Or the multi-material design? All this you need to consider. And then you also need to know how much does the packaging cost. Before you go for a packaging that you cannot afford, you need to know the price of the packaging material you're going to consider. Each element of the package design and manufacturing process adds cost to the project, from design to materials, printing, and assembly. So the total cost should be consistent with your goals for the product itself and sit within your packaging design budget. For fast-moving consumers, goods with low margins per unit, there is little room for error when it comes to packaging design. So we strongly recommend working with a packaging design specialist throughout the process. Know the price of the packaging you're going to choose. Don't choose something that will shake your budget. And then how sustainable is the packaging? Sustainable packaging design is a huge concern for consumers at the moment and is affecting packaging design strategies at every level. From a construction standpoint, plastics and excessively packaged designs are increasingly frowned upon. So instead, brands are turning to a wider range of recyclable materials and even multiple use packaging or even secondary use packaging. From the perspectives of graphic design, it isn't enough that packaging materials are sustainable. The design has to look sustainable too. This directly impacts the visual appearance of packaging, with current trends including the artisan fonts, pencils, drawings inspired by natural subjects, and vintage flavored designs. Yeah, you need to consider also the sustainability of the packaging materials. People tend to not like a plastic packaging because you cannot, they're not degradable. Yeah, they are not degradable, and then of course recycling is not taken so serious in the countries that we are in. So you need to consider something that is environmentally friendly, that won't harm the environment, won't harm animals, and won't harm people as well. And then next is labeling considerations. One, you need to consider accurate data and information. When labeling, you need to consider the following things. You need to have accurate data and information. It goes without saying that product labels must be entirely accurate and include important details such as ingredients or materials used, nutritional data, allergy data, usage information to ensure consumers can develop and build trust in a product and the brand. You must have accurate information and data. Conveying essential information on your labels, you should convey essential information. Labeling is a key issue for manufacturers of consumer goods. Businesses should take appropriate action to ensure that they know exactly what information is required on product labels. Serious problems and legal issues can arise when manufacturers and suppliers are unsure about how to convey essential information. This is a very serious thing. You should make sure you know what information should be what included in your labels. Next is demands for even more information. There are many campaigns and pressure group demands for more information to be included on labels. So the consumer is fully informed about multiple aspects of product usage and consumption. Manufacturers, businesses, and suppliers need to be able to react and respond quickly and effectively to changes in labeling, needs, and any legal requirement. Yeah, there's too much demand for more information. People need to know more information about the product. So you need to give the consumers every information they need about the product. And then next is health information. You need to have health information on your products as well. For pharmaceutical or food products, there are several different things that need to be included on labels. Food items will need to include calorie intake, the allergy advice, nutritional information, consumption advice, and a full and comprehensive list of all ingredients and additives. And pharmaceutical products should include the name of the medication, the intended use of the medication, the constituent ingredients of this medication, the dosage information, and any hazard advisories. And then next, you need to know the branding and promotions. Many manufacturers include promotional branding on their products. Consumers will invariably want to know how or why a product provides a solution or answer to an issue. So, competitions and product promotions can also enhance and build brand awareness. A multiple page booklet label can provide the ideal solution, enabling more product information and promotional messages to be included in a relatively concurrent space. Yeah, you need to include branding and promotional messages in your product. Yes, just so as to win your consumers' trust, of course. And then you need to have your contact details on your products. Consumers need to be able to contact the manufacturer to submit comments, suggestions, or ask questions. Contact details such as email, the website, and a postal address details should be included to enable customer engagement. Yeah. And then branding considerations, what you need to consider when branding your products. One is you need to know your audience. While this might sound simple, this goes well beyond simply identifying your target market. And knowing your audience means knowing what they want and what frustrates them. And this doesn't just mean what they want for the next product. This also means knowing how they want to be communicated with, what customers support they expect, and more. Next is you need to define your position in the market. Position yourself as the thought leader in the industry. Your job is to cut through the marketing noise of your competitors and make yourself the first company people think of when they think of your products or your industry. You need to position yourself in the market, cut off all the unnecessary noise from your competitors. And every time your customers think of a product, the product comes first in their mind. And then you need to create a solution. You know your audience and you know what makes them happy and frustrated. Find the answers to their problem, identify their situations, and create and market a product or service that brings your customers a solution. And then next is you need to develop compelling content. Creating meaningful and helpful content that you deliver to your audience at the right place and at the right time. In this inbound marketing world we are living in, people expect great content. So when your prospectives and customers read content that is beneficial to them, you are helping them find a solution to their problem. Your content needs to be relevant to your brand and your audience. Now to develop content regarding the product. If making a nutritional product, maybe it has let's say the omega-3. You need to create content in relation to the use of omega-3 in the body and all that. Create a lot of content. Make sure you keep coming up with a lot of content and keeping your customers active, wanting to know the next step is a branding of product. And then promote your brand and your product. Promoting isn't about just advertising. Promoting your brand is about constantly providing your audience with relevant content that is meaningful to them. Promotion should be a constant term in your marketing department rather than just viewing a promotion as a one-time campaign. You should promote your product or service through your web content, blogs, social media, email, and more. Promotion should be ingrained in your brand strategy. Regularly promote your product. Every time talk about your product. Anywhere you get the chance, mention the product. That is another way of branding it. Thank you so much. That's the end of the first session. That is marketing and branding strategies. Hey, someone.